haven't made money from yet. And that realization right there, it still makes it feel like a fantasy. Until you get that first check, until you get that first sale, it's all fantasy. Like, even my cousin laughed at me. I was like, I'm working on this business right now. I'm not really a big fan of the college structure and whatnot. And he's like, okay, then what do you plan on doing? And he's like, trust me, when I was your age, I wanted to invest in the stock market and get rich. And he's like, I found out that it doesn't work like that. And you can't do that. Okay, that's the path you've chosen. I just don't fundamentally agree with that. With the stuff I learned at this mentorship, I dead ass, and not only that, the connections I made and the help I've gotten, I made $3,000 today in cash collected, not even like lifetime value for these clients. You know, you look at these success interviews, which I will probably be one of the next ones, but you look at these success interviews and you're like, wow, there's no way that that's true. There's no possibility that that's true. And in reality, like, it just is, and it's fucking crazy. I'm an 18-year-old college dropout. So far this month, I made $35,000.
I would have never imagined that I'd be in this position today. 19 years old, making the money that I make, taking care of the people around me, helping out my clients, changing their lives. This has truly been the wildest ride I could have ever imagined. If you were to tell the 17-year-old version of myself that the 19-year-old version of myself is doing all the shit I'm doing, I would not believe you. This video is going to be a bit of a full circle moment for me recording this. I'm going to tell you a story about the timeline through videos because I documented everything going from zero to where I am today, going from literally broke, working at a car wash, making minimum wage, to making over multiple six figures in a single year from an agency business online. This is the first video I want to go back and watch. This is the first ever video I've ever posted on YouTube, and it was 2 years ago when I was 17 years old. Let's jump in and see what 17-year-old Owen had to say.
So, I'm recording this. I'm probably not going to end up posting this.
I ended up posting it,
but I'm just recording it to reflect my thoughts. Be able to look back in a year from now and see where my head's at, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, whether I'm doing things right or wrong. Or
it's so crazy to me that like you can go back like 2 years, and when you're doing things, when you're working, when you're trying to grow and trying to make money online or trying to do any of this stuff, it's like it's so easy to be like, I have no idea if any of this is going to work. And that's just how it feels at the moment, right? You can never like connect the pieces of the puzzle going forward. You can only do it going backwards. And that's something that I look at now because I remember what I was doing then. I was cold calling every day, 200 hours a day. And yes, that was maybe extremely low leverage, but I was learning the skills, and eventually it got me to where I am. And so it's just crazy how this stuff starts.
This recording is whether or not I should keep doing my first business.
It's so crazy that I was like literally planning on giving up. Like, holy shit. Like, I feel like in the beginning, when you have a bigger company, like when you have a lot of clients, a lot of employees, and a lot of things, it's like a cruise ship that's moving forward, you know? And so to make decisions, it's like a minor shift. But when you're in the beginning and you're starting, it's like you're whipping around on a jet ski or like a mini boat, trying to like maneuver your way through the waters to try to figure out how to make something, make some proof of concept, make some money. And at this time, I've made $0. And honestly, I didn't believe it was possible to make money online.
I just need to figure out whether making that much money is worth it if I'm not going to be wanting to do it in the future.
Dude, it's so weird that in the beginning you have so many of these weird little like thought processes and like conflicting thoughts and like limiting beliefs, and you're just like trying to battle your way to making some money. You know, I'm in my parents' basement, my bed's in the background. I have literally made nothing at this point. I'm not established anywhere. Nobody knows me in the space. I have 0 clients. Like, the amount of change that can happen if you literally just stick to one thing for a long enough time. I mean, it took me like 2 years to make any money within an agency. But when I did, I made 10K, 20K, 30K in a month. And then from there, it's just like, oh, 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. Like, it goes fast once you have momentum. In the beginning, it's like, it feels impossible because you're like your thoughts are like ping-ponging back and forth. It's just, it's so hard.
Or even door-to-door sales. I'm not doing that.
So in the moment I was doing door-to-door sales to feed the agency, I wanted to get into the online business space, but I honestly didn't believe it was possible to make money online. But instead, what I would do is door-to-door sales. So I would go up to houses and literally knock on their doors and be like, "Do you need your windows cleaned?" And I would try to clean them. At the time, I was making okay money. Like I was making a couple $1,000s, maybe $1,000 a day for a couple months during summer. And for my age and for context, that's a lot for a kid that has just gotten into this kind of stuff. Everyone around me was like, okay, keep doing this grunt work door to door, keep making money in person because you can't make money online. It's not going to work. You're lucky enough that you got one business to work. Don't try your hand in another one to make that work. And the truth is that my goals were so much bigger than this. Okay, I didn't care about a couple $1,000s every couple of days cash. Like I didn't care about that. Little Owen couldn't see little Owen couldn't see the scalability and possibility of having a bigger business like an agency where I have clients paying me $3 to $4K a month and stuff. But he could see some basic long-term thinking, and he was trying to like figure out, like, I guess I was trying to figure out like how to, enjoy my work more, make more online, and ultimately get out of my parents' basement. And that's kind of the theme of this.
I haven't made money from yet.
I literally have never made money online at this point.
Realization right there, it still makes it feel like a fantasy. Like I'm pretty sure I was talking about that earlier. It's like until you get that first check, until you get that first sale, it's all fantasy. And that's why most people still work at their jobs. And it's like, I understand that that's scary and it feels like a fantasy. And like even my cousin laughed at me. I was like, I'm working on this business right now. I'm not really a big fan of the college structure and whatnot. And he's like, okay, then what do you plan on doing? And he's like, trust me, when I was your age, I wanted to invest in the stock market and get rich. And I was like, okay. I was like, you can't do that. And he's like, and I found out that it doesn't work like that. And you can't do that. So I'm becoming a doctor. And now he's going to pre-med. It's like, okay, that's the path you've chosen. I'm like, I just don't fundamentally agree with that.
Dude, this is insane watching this. This is insane. I literally, I remember this conversation. I was sitting on my ottoman in my house with my family over, and my cousin was talking to me, asking me about what I was doing, what I plan on doing. Because at the time, most of my family was going into the medical field or whatever to make money, the typical route, study for 10 to 15 years, work for 10 years, and then finally pay off your debt and make some money. And that's the path that most of them went down. Nothing's wrong with that, okay? But I knew at that time that that was not going to be me. There was no way in hell I was going to make that happen. And it's crazy because everyone else that is going down that path doesn't even believe that it's possible to do something like what I've done. They just don't. And I don't blame them because this is what the school system teaches you. This is what your friends teaches you based off of pendulums and beliefs. It's very hard to look at someone online that's crushing it, that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and be like, that is real and I want to do that and I will do that. Because at the time, when you have no proof of concept, when I have made literally nothing, it is so hard to believe that this is possible and not just a fantasy, like I said. It was a fantasy. It was absolutely a fantasy until the shifting moment here.
Holy shit. The company is and about to absolutely explode. I recently got in with this mentor group, and holy shit. The amount you can do with just some basic thinking and fundamental thinking and changing stuff to improve it is crazy. The amount of today, I put in, real hours of actual work where I was like, damn, I don't want to do this. 0. And I booked 7 meetings today. I mean, this sucks because I'm going camping and I'm taking 3 of those calls on a camping trip. 4 actually on a camping trip. But it is fucking insane. And I took a call today with a guy
This was right after I had paid for information. I took all of my money, even went into debt, and bought a group and a mentor to at least have the best possible chance at getting this done, or at least seeing it was possible. And I remember the first day I hopped on a call with that mentor. I saw him in this giant place, when he took the call, and I was like, so you really made all this money online? I don't care how you do it, but you did it online. So it's possible to make it online. And that is the switch that I needed. I needed to think that oh shit, this is actually real. Because I'm talking to someone right now. It's not just a YouTube. It's not just a face on YouTube. It's not a video. It is a real person that is doing numbers, that is succeeding online. Blew my mind at the time. And this is right after I bought that program. I went into debt. I paid $5K for it. And this is the video that came from that.
if you could book 7 meetings a day, off of like bullshit, like not even hard work. I mean, just multiply that by the 20 work days. Honestly, you can include Saturdays. I'm taking calls on Saturdays. So there's like, what, 24 days in the month at least where you can book 7 meetings a day. If you multiply 24 times 7, it's like over 150. If your show rate, even if your show rate's so bad, like let's say your show rate, which it's not, because mine's almost 100% right now, because I actually know how to create the copy and stuff to make sure people show. But like,
It didn't last.
like let's say your show rate is like 60%, like pretty shit, and you're booking 140 calls a month. I mean, you're gonna get like 80 sales calls over the course of 24 days. And if your close rate is like terrible, like I'm talking like 10%, but with a pre-call video and like a back-end VSL, it shouldn't be bad at all. I mean, 10% of 80, I think that's 8 clients, and you're charging $2,000 at least, $2 to $4,000 per client. Like, bro, this has been no work.
This is the shifting like moment, this car ride, you know, this thought process. My eyes are watering. I'm literally at like, I know it's coming. You know, you get that weird feeling like you go from 0 to 1, and then you even invest in like a lot to, you know, see if what it is, if it's real or not. Like what I did, investing like a program or mentorship or something. And then after that, I had the shifting moment and the realization that locked in my head, like, oh shit, this is actually going to happen. And that was this car ride. It's insane.
Like, you're taking like 3 to 4 calls a day and doing like 30 engaged warm calls, like, because you're doing SMS, like, because of SMS or whatever. But like, holy shit, I don't know if you guys can do the math, but I know my close rate is not as bad as 10%, and I can take this many meetings out in a month and split it in half, and I'd make more than 10 grand every month. Honestly, more, way more.
Crazy, dude. Oh man, it's so weird watching this.
Especially if you get like 2 pay in fulls, that's 8 grand right there. Like, holy fuck. I mean, the earning, like, once you have the back end in place, like all the systems and stuff, you can just explode. Like, as soon as I sign, like this week, if I sign like 1 or 2 clients up, I'm gonna start doing paid ads as well with the mentorship shit, and book like 5 fucking meetings a day just on autopilot.
What's crazy here is that I literally like called this. Like I literally recorded a video of things that are like
Managing what client takes up
they're
what.
finally coming into fruition. I was finally getting the results I wanted to get. And the video right after this was me making 3K in one day. Here's that video. Here it is. I remember this day. I literally was playing like disc golf with my parents, and I literally made 3K that day. And that was the first time I ever made like anything, and it was insane. Here is how that went.
Holy shit. I thought yesterday was crazy because I signed someone in LVT for probably like,
LTV.
you know, a few grand or whatever, and I only made like 500 cash. But with the stuff I learned in this mentorship, I dead ass, and not only that, the connections I made and the help I've gotten, I made 3 grand today in cash collected, not even like lifetime value for these clients.
Boom. This was the first ever time I made money online. I remember this day like it was yesterday, even though it was literally 2 years ago, and it was my first ever 3K day. And I like, oh my gosh, that was one of those walks, like a celebratory walk. Like I did one the other day as well, but like that feeling is insane when you go from 0 to like a 3K day. It's like, poof, like my clients can attest to that. Like it's nuts.
I spent fucking a whole year reiterating, learning everything I could myself, just so I could maybe get something in return, like maybe just a little bit of money. I made nothing. And then but I will say I learned a shit ton. Like obviously I know like so much about everything now, but so it's a good way of going about doing things. But in reality, like until I got in this mentorship, I literally almost made nothing. And as soon as I got in, given that I got in fucking 4 weeks ago and I made 3 grand in a day today, like how's it even possible? You know, you look at these success interviews, which I will probably be one of the next ones, but you look at these success interviews and you're like, wow, there's no way that that's true. There's no possibility that that's true. And then in reality, like, it just is. And it's fucking crazy. I sat on my ass today for half of the day, and I was literally in my bed for part of it, just in between calls, because I was so fucking tired after not getting sleep. And I still made 3 grand a day. Like, everything I've ever done business related has mattered, but nothing ever really came into fruition until like the recent. I'm telling you right now, there's not a whole lot of good information because there's so much information out there, and that sometimes it's really hard to find those right things. But once you do, you fucking explode like a rocket ship. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done without it. So I hope you guys take my word seriously here, because I literally made $3 grand a day, and I'm gonna put the screenshot on the screen right now. I honestly couldn't tell you what I'm gonna make fucking next week. Like, based off of today, I could make fucking 10 grand next week. So, like, I don't know.
Absolutely insane. I mean, this is like the first ever time where I experienced any kind of result. And literally just a couple months after, this is my first time ever in Europe. My life was never supposed to look like this. But today, at 18 years old, I somehow ended up on a yacht with millionaires on a Tuesday afternoon on an impromptu trip to Greece. And here's how it started. I can't describe this. Like, I literally can't describe the feeling of going from being stuck in your parents' basement, making nothing, having no money, spending all of it, literally going into debt, to buying something, taking a huge risk. Literally, if it didn't work out, I lost everything. Having a 3K day, having like a fucking 10K month, and then immediately traveling for the first time ever to Europe, to seeing these blue waters, to swimming in them, to getting a giant place. Like, I honestly can't even, like, I was in London for the first time too. Like, I got to Greece, and this moment right here, when I arrived, I woke up for the sunrise because I was like, this is the one moment I want to experience. And I'm so glad I got it on film. Look at this. Peace.
Let me just flip this fucking camera around right now.
This was peace. This makes me pretty emotional watching this, because this was the first moment I was by myself. I woke up in the morning and it was sunrise. I just bought a hotel and I was on the way to the villa, and this was the first time where I had that moment of like, fuck, this is real. I literally got here because of what I've done for work. And that was like ridiculous for me. I mean, that feeling is incomprehensible. You need to experience this. This is like, this traveling when you just made some money is not smart, whatever it is. But like, this moment will forever live in me, and I'm so grateful for it. And just after that, I arrived in this crazy villa overlooking the insane, like, giant place. We would go downtown and we would eat food and experience all this beautiful stuff. Jump in the channel, be a bunch of dumb kids, you know, going to the hot tub and cigars, staying up all night, doing all-nighters in this insane villa in this hot tub here, and looking over the mountainside, and going to dinners and experiencing my first time ever on a big boat, which was insane. Like, literally cliff jumping. Like, this is the most insane shit I've ever done in my entire life up to this point, and it was only because I took that giant risk. Like,
bro, me and Eric were in Monaco.
that dive hurt. I remember that dive. It hurt. Incredible. And just a month after that, I went to Dubai for the first time.
When is the last time that you guys felt free? I'm an 18-year-old college dropout. So far this month, I made $35,000. And that included anxiety attacks, headaches. And one of my friends asked me recently, and they were like, are you even happy? The answer to that question is pretty complicated, but if you stay to the end of this video, you'll understand why I do what I do.
Also,
1.5.
Let me tell you, when I got here, and this actually ended up being a video about, you know, lessons and things I learned traveling early on and experiencing these things. But like, something I want to mention here is that as soon as I got there, I got a taxi to the mall. I went to this restaurant and I heard that song playing. I literally heard that song playing outside with the fountains going crazy, with the lights going everywhere, people everywhere. Like, insane experience for an 18-year-old that literally just dropped out, because around this time I went to college and dropped out after like 2 weeks, and because I was like, there's no way I can make as much as I'm making now, so it's like, why don't I just keep doing what I'm doing and lock in, which I'm so glad that I did. I do not have any regrets about doing that. But this experience as well was just insane. I mean, this was like the first time I've like been to that side of the world even, and to see this, insane, absolutely insane. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me just walking through my journey. I have a 10-hour free course in the description of this video if you want to know exactly what I did on a business standpoint to get to where I got to, all of the action that I took. And I'm also starting a series soon where I'm going to be, you know, scaling an agency from scratch as well. So, because I want to prove it to myself and prove a point that it's not luck. You can do it if you really commit to it, just like all the people that I'm helping are doing it as well. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got inspired. I hope that this video, you know, made a lot to you. I hope this inspires you to start recording and documenting your journey and taking this a little bit more seriously, knowing what you know, knowing that this stuff is possible. Because if I could do it, anyone can do it. I'm not special. I promise you I'm not special. I literally just had the right information. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good day, and hope you'll see you in the next one.